he's the master of it, or that's how we agreed. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Toastmasters meeting. It's Thursday and it's few minutes after 6 and I'm glad to see you all here. I hope you can hear me good. And if you can't, just wave the hands that I can see them, that everything is okay. Perfect, good. And you know what? This is how we welcome everyone. So make sure that you do it whenever someone comes, that you just wave. That's for a very simple rule for a start. The second one is, in case you are speaking, then make sure you are unmuted. And in case you are not speaking, please use those two lovely things down at the bottom. One is with the microphone says mute, unmute, and then there is a video. In case you can keep your video on, it would be lovely because we are recording this meeting and then it will be available for everyone to see. And why we are meeting here? Well, Toastmaster provides a very nice opportunity for us to practice our communication leadership skills. And here in the Onlinepreneur Toastmasters, we add to it the fact that we want to create a very nice playground in a time and online space where you can practice your prepared speeches, your evaluations, and your feedbacks. That's for a very short mission of what we do, and I will very quickly go through all of you. So we say very simply who you are and what do you think would be the best thing tonight. And I will start in the left top corner, and I have there Damian. The best thing you expect from tonight would be for you.
Best thing I expect tonight is
Difficult
good.
question.
Yeah, it's a hard question. I think it's gonna be good mood of this meeting.
Superb. Thank you very much, Damian. On the other side, I have Maria Teresa.
Damian, sorry, can you just repeat because I didn't understand what you said? Like, just say it one more time, please.
Good mood of this meeting.
Okay, Maria Teresa, what do you expect from tonight? Unmute.
Yeah, I expect to have some fun and to take my mind off the real world and to listen to engaging speeches. Are you going to do table topics tonight?
No.
Oh, what a shame. In any event, to take my mind off what's really going on in the world and to meet an incredible group of people. I got really used to you last week and I hope to come regularly.
Definitely very good idea. I will then move to next row. I will start with Teresa Nederland, who is our general evaluator.
Thank you very much. So I'll tell you a secret. I'm whole day in my pajama right here, right now. So I expect to wake up a bit and yeah, enjoy tonight, simply.
Okay, I will continue with Veronica. Veronica, do you have any secret you want to share with us except what do you expect?
No secret. I just expect to be inspired by you all.
I hope we can deliver that. Bernadette, question for you.
Question or different question? No joke.
It's the same.
Yeah, I'm expecting to have another great set of speakers and evaluation and have a good time in here in this meeting. And I agree to Maria Teresa that the vibe in this club is very nice and warm and very friendly. And I've been a regular, a serial guest is what you say. So back to Toastmaster Sonia.
And we love you for that. I will move to another row and I will ask Lenka, what do you expect from tonight?
Well, from tonight, I expect a great atmosphere, interesting interesting speeches, great evaluations, and great fun.
I think we can do all of that. Marianne, question for you. What do you, yes, from you. What do you expect from tonight?
I expect for me to improve my English just a tiny little bit.
Your English sounds perfect, no worries about that. Tereska Jančová, what do you expect from tonight?
I expect everyone to enjoy the meeting.
Awesome. Janka?
I'm going to evaluate today, so I expect another experience in English.
You will be awesome, no worries about that. And I have two more people. Peter, can you answer my question? What do you expect from tonight? Yes, you. If you can unmute.
I don't see myself, but yes. What do I expect from today's evening? For everybody to have fun, because I'm already having fun looking at all of you and how Sonia is struggling when I'm next door.
Well, it's true because I'm listening to what's happening in the other room. Last but not least, Kezia.
Hi everyone, sorry I don't have a camera. Yeah.
No
Alright,
problem.
yeah, best things are unexpected, so I'll just like chill tonight and connect with the members and learn a thing or two that I can apply in my next speech project. So just have fun.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Welcome to our club and to our meeting. And I will be the last one who say that I expect to have fun, learn loads of new things, and I hope you will enjoy tonight. I shared in the chat the agenda, and I will try to share my screen as well, so you can and you can say that my better half was around because
I brought the dinner.
Yeah, and I'm a hungry lady, so he brought me a dinner. I hope you can see my screen where is the agenda, and I'm introducing tonight the meeting. Then we have two prepared speeches. One is by Damian and the other one is by Teresa Jančová. Then we will have evaluations. First one will be done by Lenka Tarabkova and the other one will be done by Janka Surovčíková. Let's not forget we do panel evaluation. That means that every one of you has a chance to give a feedback to the speaker. Please make sure you take notes, and during the panel evaluation, pick one or two things that you think are the most important. The rest of that you can send over the chat to the speaker directly. I have here a quizmaster, Veronica, and timer who is not showing, but I will try to refresh. Marianne was very nice and kind, and he agreed to be our timer. Everything will be evaluated by general evaluator Teresa Niederlandova. That's all for the agenda. I won't delay us any further, and I will tell you a little bit more about the first speaker. I was checking with Damian. Damian, what your speech will be about? And he said, 4 elements of cooking. I was like, okay. What it might be, you know why? Because I'm glad I have my lovely partner here. Because that's my dinner. And you know why? I'm not the best cook in this house. I have my better half to do that. And that is the reason why I want to hear this speech, because I need to know what are the 4 elements of really good cooking. And I believe Damian knows the answer. Please make sure you're paying attention, write the notes, and give a big applause to Damian. Damian, stage is yours.
Thanks, Sonia. Do you think that cooking is complicated? Raise your hand if yes. Just 1, 2 hands. Okay. Are you enjoying cooking? Raise your hand if yes again. Okay, you can cook for me next week, but when I was younger, I remember how I watched chefs on the TV, and they were like magicians. They know every recipe, they know every ingredient, and they know how it works. And I thought that I need know every recipe, and it takes years to masters. I mean, cooking. But basically, when I started cook, I learned that you need learn just 4 elements to master cooking. And no matter which cuisine or food you're trying, you need master just these 4 elements: salt, fat, acid, and heat. First element, for me most important element, is salt, because salt brings food to the life and amplify flavor. There are plenty different types of salt, and you need find your brand, because every salt have different shape, different dissolve time, and different size. So you need to find your brand, and you learn with that brand salt to taste. Biggest impact on the flavor of our food have fat. The most cuisines are based on fat. Like, for example, French cuisine is based on butter. And do you know on which cuisine is based Italian? Or do you know on which fat is based Italian or our cuisine? You can unmute yourself if you know answer.
Oil?
Olive oil?
Yeah, Italian olive oil. And our
Lard.
Our is animal fat, mainly pork fat. What is interesting about fat, that beef fat tastes more beefier than beef meat, and same works for pork meat or chicken meat. If fat have that big impact on flavor of our food, you need choose quality olive oil or butter or fat at all wisely. Have you ever wondered why we are putting pickles or ketchup to almost every food? It's because they are a source of acid, and acid are balancing and hastening flavor of the food. And I learned this lesson when I was making wine with my uncle. He put a lot of sugar, and wine was too sweet, and we tried add vinegar to reduce sweetness, but opposite happens, and it was extremely sweet. So in that time, I learned power of acid. Last element of good cooking is heat. And your only goal with heat is apply right amount heat to make interior and exterior of the food done at the same time. And you can use any source of heat. You can even cook pile on fire. If you know signals of when is food done or when you applied right amount of heat. If you wanna improve your cooking immediately, I recommend focus on elements salt to taste or salt, and you can buy watermelon, salt it, wait 5 to 10 minutes, and then you will see that watermelon is sweeter than before, and in that reason you discover power of the salt. Thanks.
Thank you, Damian. Now I know that I just need 4 elements. Please make sure you finish. You have like 20-30 seconds to finish your notes. So you are ready for the panel evaluation. And our second speaker will get ready. And she's smiling. I as well ask. Terka, tell me, what's the title of your speech? How shall I introduce you? And she's like, yeah, just mention Durham. It's like, come on, I'm mentioning Durham with you all the time. Yeah, that's not an embarrassing moment. True is that our lovely president is a bit far away from us. She's not that far as Bernadette. Sorry, Burns, you are the most far away from us. Well, Terka is only behind a small brook of sea on one lovely island called Great Britain. Why she's there? Because she thinks that there is a better educational system. Well, we can have a discussion about it. But mainly, she is there because she decided and she got braver. And that's a topic she's going to talk about today. Or I hope, unless she's going to talk about the Durham. Make sure you are ready to write the notes because I'm welcoming at the stage Teresa Yancheva with a speech called Braver.
Thank you so much, Sonia, for such a nice introduction. I have to tell a story, but this story will not be about me, but I will tell a story that I created myself. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Noah. He lived in a very poor suburb in Lansing in Michigan. His mother was cleaning lady in one luxury hotel, and his father was a miner. They earned enough money to feed the family, but it wasn't so much. Noah was the only child. His mother loved him, but his father was sharp and grim. He was never satisfied with achievements of his son, and child abuse and punishment was something Noah experienced on a daily basis. Mother just couldn't do anything. One day, when Noah was 6 years old, he was walking down the street and he saw a store window. This store was selling television and other devices. And one TV was streaming. There was ballet dance competition. Noah thought to himself, I have never seen such a beauty before. This will be my future. He was amazed. He told his mom when he came home, but he was aware that his father wouldn't agree. He signed up for ballet dance classes, and he was attending them secretly with the help of his mother. But after 6 years, the expenses for the school were rising enormously, and his mother just couldn't support him anymore. So he started to wash the cars and walking the dogs in a local neighborhood. Luckily, it was enough money for him to pay for the dance classes. Another 3 years passed, and that was the year when Noah decided to apply for a scholarship on one prestigious academy, dance academy. But 2 months before the audition, his mom became seriously ill. He had no other chance but to tell his father about dancing. Surprisingly, his dad just ignored him for 1 month, and that was his reaction to that. He thought that he should work and earn money, and not to perform. Their relationship wasn't very good, and even after this situation, it was much worse. Eventually, the big day came, the day of his audition. Mother said goodbye, and he went to the building where this audition was happening with his teacher, dance teacher. So he was warming up, and that was the time when his teacher came to him, took him aside, and tell him, Noah, I have bad news to tell you. Your mother just died. I'm so sorry to say that, but you know that you should not give up now. You know that you will be working on it with your mother. You wanted to achieve it. Try to do that for her. Do not give up your dream now. And she broke down in tears. Noah was just standing. Then he went to the stage and he was dancing like never before. His movements were very fluent, and jumps and turns were so graceful. When he went down from the stage, when he finished his audition, the judge came there to talk to him and his teacher. And she said, Noah, we are very happy to say that, and we want to offer you a place in our academy with a full scholarship. And he said, thank you. Then the judge turned and went away, and he broke down in tears. But these were not tears of sorrow or sadness. There were tears of joy. He achieved that also for his mother. Interesting thing was that after a few minutes, his father came to him. He was there all the time, mostly because he wanted to tell him after the audition that his mother died. But he was sitting there watching him, and he just couldn't believe his eyes. He has never seen his son doing such an amazing thing with so much joy in him. And the relationship was shifted, and they were like good friends. In the future, Noah was very successful and he was performing all around the world. So that would be my conclusion. No matter where we are from and in which environment we are growing up, or what's our parents' jobs, we have our own life in our own hands, and it's up to us what we do with it. And even in the worst day, we can achieve incredible things and be stronger, wiser, and braver. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tereska. Thank you. Please, I would ask all of you to complete your notes you were taking. You have 20 to 30 seconds. Yes, in case you need, you can sip of your tea, coffee, or something. Let's not do the adverts for any specific label, but in case you want, just have a little sip. And I think we are ready to move to our evaluations, because that's what we need to hear. And I hope you paid attention, because you will have a chance to speak as well. But firstly, evaluating Damian's speech, and it was the feedback speech from a previous speech he was doing, and he got the feedback, and I know that Lenka was checking with him, and she's going to tell him how he incorporated in his speech. That's why I think I will check if Lenka is ready, and in case she is, yes, I see the nodding of her head. Please give a big applause to Lenka and invite her to the stage. Lenka, time is yours.
Thank you, Madam Toastmasters of the Day and fellow Toastmasters and Damian. 4 elements of good cooking. Is it really so easy? Well, based on your speech, yes, it is. And in this speech, I would like to evaluate your performance on 4 feedback or 4 pieces of feedback from previous speech. And it is using the pauses, to reduce the overused word salt, have the conclusion with call to action, and ask questions to engage the audience. I can say that you did really well with this feedback, and I could see that you incorporated this feedback because your speech was fluent, your speech was well structured, and also you used your own stories, which added a personal touch and your personal experience, and it was really good to hear and listen to your story or your experience with cooking. So this is what I really liked about your story. About the pauses, I think that you slowed down, you made more pauses between sentences and between paragraphs of the speech. I could see the clear structure of the opening, conclusion, the body, and 4 parts in the body, as you explained these 4 elements. To reduce overused word salad, you did it perfect. Questions. I like the question how you asked at the beginning, and you also in the middle of your speech asked us to unmute ourselves and answer, which was really good. And the conclusion, you changed the conclusion. You use this example of watermelon and salt, which is a very good example how we can try these elements, or how we can try this in a real life based on what we learned from you or what I learned from you. Otherwise, I think it might be a little bit complicated. Because I didn't catch what to do. Should I cut the melon? Should I boil it? What temperature? What should I do if it's so easy? So when I conclude on the feedback, it was well done. On the top of that, I did saw also your body language. I appreciate that you were standing all the time, which is really great. that gave me the chance to see your open gestures, to see your hands, which is excellent for the speech. And to make it better, you might use your fingers as well, more. And when you are standing, I noticed that you have the tendency to go from one foot to another foot. As you are standing and might be a little bit nervous, you are doing this. So next time, be aware of this and just stand still in front of camera and say what you want to say. That's all from my point, and I'm looking forward to your next speeches, Damian.
Thank you, Lenka. Very good observations and 4 points, as you said. I opened the panel evaluation. So anyone who has ideas, yes, Bernadette, I see you. You are the first one. Okay, anyone who's after, just raise your hand and then unmute yourself. Burns?
Damian, yes. Toastmaster Damian, I've seen your first speech before, and you did, as what Toastmaster Lenka mentioned, that you actually did improve. I like how you engage us as an audience, and then I also like the one that how you actually got our attention at the beginning, even at the end, because it got me curious with the watermelon and salt. That was something that's not normal for me, and that was the funny ending, which is nice. But I would have loved to have like probably a recipe where we could incorporate all the 4, probably. But then still, the ending was still nice because really it got me really curious. I might try it next time. And I would also like to suggest that if you're very uncomfortable from leaning like that and here, I suggest you put your feet like on 45 degrees, lean a little bit forward, like what Toastmaster Dhananjaya mentioned. He was like a speech contest, international speech contest winner in 2018 or something. Like he mentioned, like 45 degrees and lean your body a little bit forward so that when you move, you have minimal movements. That actually would help you because it also would prevent you from moving from the side. So forward, just a little bit. And then move a little bit away from the camera still, because I still would like to see the rest of the arm. And if possible, have the camera on your island. I mean, in your eye length or something like that, so I could see, because you're looking down. It's like I'm your audience and I'm looking up at you, just like that. So other than that, you have improved and great job, great speech.
Thank you, Bernadette. Thank you. I know Veronica was the second one, and then Marianne would be.
Yeah, I just want to say I was very impressed by the topic. I didn't expect such topic. Like, even if I were to create a speech, I wouldn't think of food, even though it's so like common and we see it every day. So thank you for the idea to actually choose such interesting topic.
Thank you. Anyone else? Marianne, do you want to? Okay.
Yes, I will be. I will speak shortly. But first of all, it was interesting, like you said, that salt can amplify the flavors. I did it once. I salted the food thoroughly, but it amplified salty flavor, so that was not good for me. But your speech was easy to listen to. You know, like just 4 simple things, and I was. It was organized. It was nice, and well, I have one thing for you. You have the pathway engaging humor, so maybe for the next time you should little bit push the humor into the speech. You know. Okay. Thank you for.
Thank you. And last is Tereska, our general evaluator, please.
So I wrote some notes, and it was like almost everything was said by Lenka already, so I will just add a little more. From my point of view, it wasn't like, it was really great in your gestures, and in this case I'm not completely I do not completely agree with Lenka, because I think you were counting all the time when possible. So I really enjoyed it. I wrote it down. And also, there was a second thing that was disturbing me, except moving that we were already talking about. It was the clapping in the beginning. In the beginning, you had some opening, and while that, you were like clapping like 3 times like this, and it really disturbed me. So pay attention to this next time. And I have a little challenge for you. Try to be more active, more specifying or more listening while putting these questions, because it was really, really great that you were engaging all the time our audience, and we were responding some questions. But for the next time, try to answer to them, because you were like asking what's the oil, or what's the replacing for butter in Italy or something like that. And I think Lenka said oil, olive oil, and you said yeah, and you moved on. So for the next time, try to have a little chat, like two phrases or something with your audience. It will be even better. But except that, it was really perfect, and I really enjoyed it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you all for the panel evaluation. If you have anything else you didn't say or you didn't raise your hand like me, use the chat function, write it over to Damian so he has all the information nicely together. And I will invite at the stage second evaluator. That's a lovely lady who specifically told me that she wants to evaluate Terka's speech. So I didn't have a chance. I have to say, yes, you can. And Terka has a speech about connecting with the story. And I hope Janka will provide her with loads of evaluation. So please give a big applause for Janka. And I don't see her right now.
We have just lost her.
I thought that I just missed her. Let me see.
She might join in a few minutes.
Okay. While we are waiting, we'll just swap it around and we will have the panel. And I'm hoping that Janka will turn up. So whoever has some things they want to tell to Terka, please just raise your hand. Okay, I see Bernadette and Veronica. This time I will give first word to Veronica. Bernd, you are straight after. Veronica?
Thank you. So I just want to appreciate that you came up with the story, because I mean, you could have just said something from your life, easy peasy, but you chose to actually create, and it was very detailed, like so many little things you pinpointed, and the whole idea of the storyline with the father and the conclusion of it all. I really, really loved it. So just good stuff for me.
Perfect. Thank you, Veronica. Bernadette, your turn.
Yes. Toastmaster Tereska, I love the story. You're really good. I mean, I couldn't come up with that. And it's all in details. So you really got me hooked with the story. And I was following you through the whole story, and even the emotions in that story. It actually moved me. I got goosebumps after a while when the mom passed away and the dad changed his view on his son. So that was really relatable and really good. I really got some emotions going on while listening to you. So you got me really hooked with the message as well at the end. So great job. Wow.
Thank you, Bernadette. Okay. Lenka, I think you raised the hand. Do I remember correctly? So please, continue.
Terka, I love your speech. It was so detailed. I was also emotionally engaged in the speech, and I was listening every word you were saying and expecting what the conclusion will be. And truly said, I was expecting different kind of conclusion. So it was great. I like the ending, how you conclude the main message, that it doesn't matter about our environment. if we want to achieve our goals. What I would recommend not to do is the beginning of the speech when you said that you are going to say something you created yourself. I will just go to the directly to the speech. Therefore, you could hook us from the beginning, and you can have all the time you need. And maybe at the end, you can say that even though this story was just made up, it has true impact in our lives.
Anything else, Lenka?
No, I just like it.
Good, thank you. Maria Teresa, do you want to add something more?
Thank you, Sonia, for giving me this opportunity. I was very impressed with the way you used your face at the beginning. You were just, there was so much expression in your face, and there was doubt, and there was whatever, but you really were very effective for me with the use of your face. But of course, then your words, as you were weaving the story, I just had a problem that I couldn't understand what this boy's name was. Was it Noach or Noah, or that somehow went over my head? In any event, I thought it was lovely the way that you got us so interested in what was going to happen to him. And you used this very effective plot twist at the end, that it didn't turn out the way we were perhaps all expecting, which I, again, to your credit, thought was a very successful technique. I look forward to listening to more speeches of yours. You're already very experienced. And the other thing, I didn't notice any nervousness. You were sovereign. You were just there the entire time. I loved it.
Perfect. Thank you, Maria Teresa. And I see that we use the time for the panel evaluation, but we have Janka back. So I think we can give the stage to main evaluator for Teresa's speech. Janka, are you there? Yani?
Yes, I am there. I'm here. My internet connection. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
My internet connection has very good timing because fell down in the moment when I should go on the stage.
No worries, we are ready for you. We were waiting. Please give us the evaluation.
Okay, Teresa, it was a wonderful story. I was tempted all the time from the beginning to the end. From the beginning, I was expecting, wow, what you're going to say, and in your conclusion, it was a very, very strong, good point, which we could take something. It was very, we could take something we can learn from this story. It was very good. Also, I love dancing, so this story was very interesting for me, especially. You used very good gestures. For example, when you were pointing on the window and so on. So, 1 second. On another gestures. It was gestures were really, really good. I'm going to give you a quick recommendation of what makes your story more powerful. Every story is very powerful when the emotions are used. And I give you more examples. You can talk more about how this boy felt in particular situations. For example, it will help me to empathize more with that guy and more be involved in that story, more attract my attention. And for example, when his mother died, he felt for example, I felt devastated. Like all world is over, my career is over, and so on. Or for example, when he was standing at the stage on the editions, you can describe how he felt. He felt like he has butterflies in the stomach, and his throat is yeah. So you can describe more, and the result of that, you're going to be more emotional. You will affect appeals to me being more with emotions, and that's it. A wonderful story, but it was a really great story.
Perfect. Thank you, Anka. It looks like your internet connection worked with us today. So awesome. Thank you, evaluators and everyone who joined the panel evaluation. We have 2 more roles before I will hand over my stage to someone who will just check everything what we did tonight. And one of those is the lovely lady who I'm having in my right top corner. And she's thinking. And she's thinking what she's going to ask us, because she's the quiz master and she paid the attention. And I'm hoping she prepared many questions and you all paid loads of attention. Veronica, stage is yours.
Okay, so first of all, thank you everyone for creating the content. So I get to actually ask some questions, so that's on point. So I will ask a question and then I will choose a person who will answer. So Damian in his speech mentioned 4 elements. This should be easy. So Sonia, you go, as you want to improve your cooking skills. So
I want to leave it at my other house, but there is a salt, then there is a fat, there is a heat, and I'm missing one.
Acid.
Acid.
Yes, acid.
You know why? Because I don't like acidy stuff. That's the thing.
Okay, next question. Damian used a personal story where he said that I think it was his grandfather and him, and they were doing wine together and it was too sweet. And they decided to add something inside to make it less sweet, even though it wasn't, it didn't really work as they planned. What did they add? Bernadette, do you know the answer?
I think it was some acid or something, but
yeah,
I forgot what acid.
Maybe a Tereska, general evaluator.
Yeah,
right?
It's the same as Bernadette. I don't remember which acid.
Okay, well then next Tereska, you try. Jansova.
Vinegar?
Yes, it was vinegar. Very good. Okay, next question from Terka's speech. What was the point where the boy Noah, he realized he wanted to do dancing? Do you remember the moment? What happened? Kietia? Kietia, you go.
Right, when he saw this window at a store where there were like television, and that's how he saw the ballet. And he
Yes.
found it like beautiful, so yeah.
Yes, it was in the like shopping window.
Yeah,
so.
shopping, yeah, right.
Great.
Shopping
Okay,
window.
we have like 20 seconds to go, so I'll stop right here so we don't lose time. So thank you guys.
Thank you, and I'm glad we together made all the answers. Awesome. Last but not least, Marianne was really keeping an eye on us. You can say that you saw the lights and the colors. Marianne, please, can you give us the report?
Thank you very much. Yes, of course. So we started with Sonia Michlikova, which had 10 minutes, but only used 9 minutes and 32 seconds, so half a minute short. Damian Durčák, first speaker, was in time with 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Terka, the second speaker, took more time than she should, and she had 7 minutes 48 seconds. Evaluator Lenka Trapkova, you had 3 minutes, but used 3 minutes and 22 seconds, so it was over time. Panel evaluation took more than it should, almost double the time with 5 minutes and 30. We had only 3 minutes. The second evaluator, Janka Surovčíková, the maximum time was 3 minutes, and she used 3 minutes and 14 seconds. The second panel evaluation took 4 minutes and 6 seconds, so again, over time. Veronika Sanobová, quizmaster, had time 3 minutes maximum. She used 2 minutes and 39 seconds, and she was really aware of her time. I have 1 minute 20, so I am in time. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Marianne. Thank you, Veronica, as well, to being our quizmaster. Thank you, speakers, and thank you, evaluators. That's all for me, because I'm handing the word to our lovely general evaluator, Teresa Niederlandova, who will tell us how we did tonight. Please give her big applause.
Thank you very much, Sonia. So today my role was to pay attention, and I will give my feedback to everyone who hadn't already had one. So I will guide you through all the meeting chronologically to be well structured. So I will directly start with Sonia as the Toastmaster of the day today. So I think she was really, really natural, funny, and good explaining everything that she should have explained. She nicely introduced the rules and showed properly what they mean, for example, clapping thing with her hands. And I really liked that she was reminding all the time what's going on. I will use a little quote I wrote down. After Damian's speech, she said, "Please make sure you're finishing your notes for panel evaluation, and our second speaker can get ready." So thanks to that, we could know that now it's time for second speaker to prepare and to get ready for us to pay attention. And at the same time, we knew, thanks to Sonia, that directly after the speaker, we can give our feedback to Damian. And of course, I also really liked how she was fast reacting when we were having some technical issues with Janka. So she swapped our parts of the meeting. It was really wonderful. I have 2 recommendations for you, Sonia. In the beginning, you were reacting to the background with your better half, Peter, and it was really disturbing for me. It was funny and nice, but you were like losing your professionality and your great looking as a speaker for this. And my second recommendation is that we have 3 guests with our role here, and we had 2 empty roles in agenda. So next time, probably think about propose to them to replace these roles to not be empty for accountant and grammarian, I think. But it was really wonderful. Thank you for being so great a Toastmaster of the evening. Then we had our evaluator Lenka, the first one. As always, she gave us a wonderful evaluation of Damian's speech. She was once again really natural, and when she appeared on our stage, it was like really brightening from her, like a great energy, good vibes, smiling all the time, so really great. In the beginning, she explained what she would be evaluating, so I really enjoyed this one because I knew as a listener what I can be concentrating for, and also I think it was great for all of us because after that there was directly panel evaluation. So thanks to this beginning, we could already sign down what you will be talking about and not to be repeating while panel evaluations. So really thank you for this. And I have 1 recommendation for you. As you were using this structure of 4 main points of your evaluation, there was a thing that you could improve, I think, that you didn't use like bridges before these parts. You didn't link with something, with some phrases between these four parts. You will just like calling the title of it. For example, what about gestures? And you explained how Damian used his gestures. It was really great and detailed, but for me, it could have been even better if you will be this fluent thanks to these linking words. But it was really wonderful, and thank you very much for your evaluation. Then we had Janka, our second evaluator, who isn't here right now, but it doesn't matter at all. I really liked how she clearly and nicely explained her recommendations while using direct examples, what Tereska used in her speech. So I think we could all understand what she's talking about. And even though she hadn't time to talk like for an hour or something, so she wasn't able to tell, for example, 10 points about her feedback. Thanks to her examples, she can really, we could understand every point of her feedback. So in this case, less is more, I think, and I really enjoyed it about Janka's evaluations. And for her, I will have two recommendations. First one is the noise in background, but yeah, we know there was a baby and we can control babies, but maybe she will be able to solve this in the future. And also one recommendation for our online world, she was looking down to her notes, so I will recommend her to put her notes on her screen or something, not to be looking down and losing her eye contact. Thanks to Janka to her wonderful evaluation. It was really, really great. Now we're moving to our quizmaster of the evening, Veronica. It was really interesting, and questions were sometimes hard, so great. You were really natural, smiling, also good energy, and you have great voice for speaking, so go for it. I have one recommendation for you. Try to explain rules in the beginning, because when you pose the first question and you were like, Sonia, can you answer? I was a bit confused. So if you have, I think you should have explained the rules so we aren't lost or something. And thanks to that, it could have been more fast and more rapid, and maybe you could have time for more questions thanks to explanation of the rules. But except that, your quiz was really interesting, and thank you very much. And our last role for today is Marian, who is right now hidden behind his yellow color, and he gave us his report about our time management. He had really nice voice once again and natural speaking, but also I have two recommendations. You were also looking down to your notes, but I think it's normal as you are not really used to this online world, but maybe next time you will be able to improve this. And you could have mentioned also colors, because to each time we have green color, yellow color, or red color that you are showing me right now. So maybe for the next time, you will be also able to give us these colors. So I think everyone who was speaking today has gotten his evaluation, and I think it will be the time for our closing question. But I think we can just stop the recording and continue with our question, and just like after there will be, of course, our after party